Happy Friday, beautiful souls, and welcome to Spiritually Her. This is your safe space to explore the magic of inner work, grow your confidence, and embrace your self worth as the ultimate superpower. I'm Terrika-Surrenity, your host and guide on this transformative journey. Here, we're breaking barriers, we're rewriting our stories, and stepping fully into that girl energy together. So grab your favorite drink, let's settle in, and let's vibe. Your next level starts right now. Happy Friday, my love bugs, my spiritual fucking besties. Guys, I've missed you guys so freaking much. I know that I have missed 2 weeks of the podcast, right? And if you guys have been wondering, like, where have I been? Guys, I have been going through a transition with my career, going back into the school system, and also just, give me grace in the midst of this change and transformation for me and in my life. Okay, give me grace, right? Not too much, not too much. But guys, we're here. Happy fucking Friday. And if you do not know it yet, you're tuned into Spiritually Her. I am your host, Terrika-Surrenity, the hostess with the mostest. And guys, I have a very, 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 very prominent topic today. This topic has been on my mind and my head for quite some time, and I feel like this aha moment that I received myself is an aha moment that Spirit wants me to share with you guys. And I want to do like a drum roll. I don't know if we can drum roll. All right. That's the homemade version, but that's okay. We're talking about something that sounds very simple, but I feel like this topic has the power to shift your whole entire life. And we're talking about the difference between a choice and a decision. So sometimes, people can get the two, I don't want to say confused, but sometimes we look at them as if they have the same meaning. I know that most of my life, I kind of just feel like, oh, you're making a choice, you're making a decision. That's the same fucking thing. But no, I had this aha moment with Spirit and realized that, nope, it doesn't necessarily work like that. And these two words are not the same at all, okay? And once you really understand the difference, you'll stop wondering why your life keeps feeling stuck, and you'll start realizing why your life, or actually you'll start realizing how much power you actually have. So let's break down choice and decision. So a choice is an option, right? It's picking something in the moment. Like you do this every time you wake up, like which outfit you're going to wear for the day. Whether you're going to eat tacos or pizza. Or even whether you swipe left or right on those fucking dating apps, okay? Hence, Hinge, okay? But a decision, that's different. A decision is when you've experienced something, right? You've lived the reality of it. And then you say, like, okay, yes, I'm committing to this, or no, I want no more of this. I'm done. So decisions require clarity. They come with this weight to them. So it's like you can choose something without knowing what comes next. But a decision means you know the cost and you're either willing to keep paying for it or you're ready to walk away. Now, when this topic first came to me, I had to really meditate and sit on it about, really, honestly, about 30 minutes in my drive. Now in my career, I have to make a longer commute, and it's about an hour or so, if not more, drive. And at first, I was complaining about the drive, but the time gives me the opportunity to really tune into myself, tune into spirit. And a lot of the downloads that I get, this is my time to decipher it, to really get the understandings that I'm trying to get from spirit, from this download. And so I sat down and I'm like, if I really think about it, and if I put this in the example of dating, you can choose to start dating someone because, they might be fine as fuck, they might have a little sense of humor, the basic necessities, the things that we see on the outside that's quicker to be attracted to. But then here's where the decision to stay comes into effect. So that's after you've seen their habits, how they handle conflict, or how they love, how they show up in relationships. And that's when you're deciding if that's what you want in your life. You can choose the job because you know what? It pays well, but the decision to stay in it is made every morning you wake up. And I had this download and aha moment of like, okay, I know the commute is long. For some people, you might have a boss that is toxic. You might be doing work that may drain your soul, but that's when you decide, do I accept this reality or do I start moving differently? So if you just sit and think of all of the examples or ways that your choices and your decisions show up into your life, what do you have? If you could just take a moment and think about it in your life. And just for some more examples, I know for some people it could be as simple as fucking dessert. You might be like, okay, I can make the choice to order dessert because that's in the moment. But when you decide to start prioritizing your health, then that's not about one slice of cake. That's about saying, this is the way I'm moving from now on. You can choose to hang out with your friends, your girls or whomever. But the decision to keep certain people in your inner circle, the people that may be draining you, or the people you have noticed how you feel around them. You've noticed, like, hey, do they pour into you? Or do they fucking drain you like the fucking last sip of a fucking Capri Sun? Like, this is where the decisions come into play. Like, yeah, I made the choice to go out with friends, but I also made a decision to keep going out with people that may drain me as well. So you know the cost of it. And for a lot of people, this could have a lot of resonation when it comes to relationships, old partners, exes, that urge to communicate back with that ex, to text them back, whether or not you feel like you have closure or not. For some people, they feel the need to have closure or do whatever. You can choose to text your ex back because you might be bored as fuck. But the decision to keep engaging with them, That's when you know their patterns, your fucking patterns. So the decision is you're saying, okay, yep, I'm signing up for another fucking round of their bullshit because I know how they are. I know how I am. I am fully aware, but I am deciding to continue. Choices can be quick. They almost feel impulsive. And I know my ADHD and me can make choices very quickly because of my impulsivity. But I am also in the state now where when it comes down to decisions, that's like grown folks moves, you know? Because now you have to be informed. This is where you have to say like, okay, I know what comes with this. The good, the bad, and the fucking ugly. And I am willing to either embrace it or walk away from it completely. And the thing is when you get good at telling the difference between the two, you start living life with intention and not just by accident. And I know I've already spoken about like my past relationships, like my last relationship, with the choices and the decisions. When Spirit gave me this download, and it was a while ago, but it just recently came into meditation or came into mind when I was on my commute to work. And it brought me back to my past relationship, my most previous relationship of the choices and the decisions and the decision I made to cut communication, to create those boundaries, to not reach out, to not do this because it's like, I know how this is going to end. I have experienced this. I know who you are. I know you have not grown within the last few weeks or days. I know you're not going to show up. You will not have action. You will have all of the fucking words to say. You will not have any follow through. And when I had that realization, then it's like, okay, I am deciding I no longer want any parts. I don't care if I'm bored, upset, angry, whatever the case may be. So when Spirit put this back on my heart, on my mind to speak this topic to you guys, I feel like Spirit is saying that this is a message that the collective needs to hear because we're human. At least I believe we are. Some of us, I think we're either hybrids or we're fucking aliens or angels. I don't know. Light workers, for sure. But the thing is that, we're human, so we mess up. And we think that making a choice is enough, but choices without follow through, they fade, they die out. So this can go in the aspect of, okay, I made a choice to shift or redirect my life, but the choice has to have follow through. So you have to make the decision because the decisions change your trajectory. Decisions tell your life that we're doing something completely different now. And listen, you are never stuck with a decision forever. You can always make a new one. That's your power. That is the beauty in decisions. So if you've been accepting something that doesn't feel good anymore, a relationship, a fucking friendship, a habit, a lifestyle, whatever the fuck it is, that means at some point you decided to keep it. And if that decision no longer serves you, then you can make a new one today. You have that right to do so. So what I want you to ask yourself this weekend, okay? Take this weekend and really reflect. I want you to ask yourself, what's something that is in my life I've been choosing without thinking about the long term? And then ask yourself, what's something I've been deciding to keep that no longer deserves my yes? Your answers to those questions might be the exact place your life starts to shift. So, if you don't take anything else that I've said today, please remember that choices open doors, but decisions decide which ones you're willing to walk through and live in. So guys, please don't just choose. Decide who you want to be and let everything else align with that, okay? Be bold, be beautiful, be in alignment, be in harmony. That's one thing that my spiritual coach told me this week during our session was like, I was so worried about balancing and juggling everything throughout this transition in my life, but she was like, let's not use the word balance, and I want you to be in harmony. Be in harmony. Be in alignment. Okay? Be beautiful. And just know, guys, I love you. Happy fucking Friday. Go live life like you mean it. And yeah, again, this was awesome. I'm glad we were able to have this topic today. If this topic resonates with you guys, please comment, review, follow me on all social platforms. And yeah, this is Spiritually Her. I'm Terrika-Surrenity. I love you. I mean it. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Spiritually Her. I hope you felt inspired, empowered, and ready to take the next step on your journey. If you love this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Let's keep the conversation going. You can connect with me on TikTok at Serenity101. That's SURRENITY 101. And on Instagram at spiritually.her. I love to hear your thoughts, breakthroughs, or even what topics you want to dive into next. Until next time, remember, your power is already within you. Keep shining and simply stay spiritually her. Bye!